Viewers, once again, you're right. We're still coming to you live from Taung here in the Northwest Province. This is part of our election roadshows. We're talking to people on the ground. We spoke to the mayor earlier on, who basically painted the picture for us as to how the area looks like, the service delivery issues, how far they have gone, his relationship or the local government relationship with that of the chiefs in this area, because there are 3 chiefs in this area at 3 different villages. Now, let's get a perspective as to how things are looking for the young people. We're speaking to Lebogang Mojanaga. He's representing the young people in this area. He'll just basically tell us as to how the young people are doing in the area, their interests and their skills, I believe. Lebogang, good morning to you and welcome to Morning Live.
Morning, Palisa. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Thank you very much. It's just freezing, but it's fine. Okay, we're here. We'll get used to it. Tell us about the young people. If you can just maybe paint the pictures too. We spoke to the mayor earlier, who was basically saying that the unemployment rate is very high. So your NGO, what is it focusing on?
Okay, I'm from an NGO called Now Let Foundation. We deal with youth issues pertaining to from their families to their education level, to how we take them to varsity in order for them to be self-sustainable and to be the breadwinners for their families. So basically, you should say that young people at this point in time are demoralized, are at a level where, as you mentioned, the unemployment rate is it's very high. They don't find jobs. Some of them are not skilled enough because we've got a problem with skills development, as well as competence development within the Dr. Ritsukomutsumupati region. But I could say that there's hope for young people to be the future of tomorrow. There is hope for them because we have about a 36.1% unemployment rate within the district. So I think it's important that we try and curb the notion of education.
But how do you that? You mentioning quite an important aspect of education. How do you go about ensuring that the young people in this area get educated?
Okay, within the programs that we have at Now Let Foundation, we specifically for each, we've identified certain learners within schools that we know that these learners really need help and assistance in terms of their poverty-stricken families, social ills and so forth. So what we do is we monitor their process from a high school level, and then we try and ensure that they do qualify and get admittance into varsity level. We pay for the registration. We look out for bursary for them. We try and engage with government departments, with other institutions, private institutions for them, just to see if you can't get any bursaries for them to be able to be admitted into varsity level.
Okay, do you have any successful stories that you can share with our viewers in this regard? Are there perhaps those young people who managed to complete their studies at varsity?
Okay. Currently, yes, we have our volunteers within our organization that are still at varsity level. We don't have anyone that has completed as far, because we've only started this program about 2 years ago. But the ones that are in varsity, they come during the holidays. They come to our office to volunteer, to do the work that we inquire. At the same time, we're trying to train them for a point when they are at working level, they would have the experience that are required for like what they've studied as well.
Okay. Now, on the other hand, you are a beneficiary of the NYDA. Just tell us your business and as to how things are looking for you business-wise.
Okay, yes, I wear a lot of caps, unfortunately or fortunately. I'm from a company as well called Village Vogue. It's a events management and integrated marketing communications agency. You could say marketing is not really a big issue within the rural areas of Taung or Dr. Ruth, but the NYDA has assisted me with a grant. I've also applied for the second grant, which is about 50,000 rand. What they do is they buy you equipment or help you with in terms of access to markets or any financial assistance in terms of managing your business and so forth. So far, I think I'm very much grateful, because I think there's a lot of us in the region that has been assisted by the NYDA so far.
Okay, now what do you specialize in?
Okay, I do events management, specifically corporate events, lifestyle events, but I don't necessarily focus on the small one-to-one events. Village Vogue has identified that the region is in need of big events that should happen on a regular basis. So at this point in time, I've engaged with government departments and private institutions to see if we cannot come up with bigger events that will have a greater impact on the region, creating job employment, sustainability, and so forth. Yeah.
Now, what is the prevalent problems, or what are the prevalent problems in this area, specifically facing the young people? We've already mentioned the issue of unemployment, but surely there's some other socioeconomic problems facing the young people in the area.
Yes, of course. With rural land such as the Greater Taung, poverty comes to mind as the first thing that we should say it poses a problem. But I mean, also, I think we do not have an integrated, or in terms of social cohesion, we do not have an integrated in terms of government and NGOs and civil society and so forth. We don't come together in one table and try and discuss the issues that are facing the community at large. In most cases, I think the mayor's mentioned the relationship or the lack of relationship between the municipalities and the Khosis as well, which impedes on the problems, because there's a lot of land that the young people would like to use for agriculture and so forth, but they can't access the lands because it belongs to one whoever, which they still have to fight over it. So I think there's problems that we could, as a community, be able to curb just by sitting together and discussing and coming with a way forward of how we can be able to curb these problems.
But in terms of social ills related issues, drinking problem, HIV and AIDS, teenage pregnancy, how are things looking in this area?
To be quite honest, they are quite high. We at our organization, as the NPO from Now Foundation, my chairperson is the one that deals mostly with issues relating to teenage pregnancy and HIV and AIDS. These are we try and engage schools in terms of trying to educate the kids about how they should be able to carry themselves, but the way, like changing their lifestyle, because like in most cases this notion of being cool and whatnot needs to be put in another way, because I think if you started encouraging education to be cool, to look cool, everything will,
But now we're heading for the local government elections. The interest of the young people in this area politically, are they politically active?
I think in general, I would not necessarily say that. I think in the past, I think the 2014-2009 elections, we've seen the voter turnout to be quite low. People that have voted mostly are people that are old, that know, that understand the power of voting. Young people are demoralized because they don't find jobs. They don't find it necessarily a key or an important thing for them to vote.
So are you basically saying that they didn't really go out in large numbers to go register during the two registration weekends?
I actually hope they have. I hope now that the political sphere has changed. We've seen the newcomers into the playing of the political sphere. I think the young people will at some point try and see that it's important for them to vote. So I think.
Okay. No, I spoke to the mayor earlier, who was basically saying that they actually went out in large numbers to go register. So as you're saying that, we believe they'll also go out in large numbers to go and vote. So your message to the young people around Taung.
Okay. One thing I can tell the young people is that you're the only person that can get yourself out of a situation that you're in. Government is there to assist with everything. I'm one of those people that have sort of benefited from the grants and all of that from the government. But in terms of people want to see you doing things for yourself before they can assist, because they want to see how far you've come in terms of doing whatever plan or a business or a project or anything related to how you can improve yourself as a person. So I'd just like to say to young people, pick yourself up, do what you need to do. Someone else will see that and they will assist you along the way.
Well, I believe that's how we conclude Youth Month. Thank you very much, Lebogang, for your time.
Thank you, Palisa.
Thank you very much. There you have it, Lebogang Mojanaga, talking to us about the issues that are affecting the young people in this area, particularly here in Taung. And he is a beneficiary of the NYDA. So he's basically saying that there is so much room for improvement for the young people in this area. Well, there's still so much that will come for you here on Morning Live from Taung. We're taking a break now.